And welcome to Boys Varsity Soccer on WLCS TV 20. Rob Polinsky alongside Joe Bach, Terry Trout. As we bring you Boys Varsity Soccer, it is the Bedford Bearcats, the away team. They've got the white jerseys, white shorts, and they have the green numerals. And it's the Lorain Titans. They've got the gray tops with the white numerals and the blue shorts. So Bedford will begin with the possession, and we are underway from George Daniel Field in Lorain. These two Lake Erie League teams playing here tonight. As Lorain will get possession as Bedford kicked that out of bounds for Lorain. So the starters, Jacob Rivera, Yario De Jesus, Ramiro Zapata, Isaac Gomez, Angel Hernandez, Ivan Facundo Zienga, Ramon Quintero, Reggie Johnson, Brian Sanchez, Adrian Reyes, and Isaac Chavez Castenda. So those are the starters for the Titans. And the battle at midfield, it will be Bearcat possession. We'll toss it in for the Bearcats. Cesar Molina Escarte with it. And it's taken away by the Titans. Escarte at midfield, looking for a teammate, and gets knocked off the ball. That's Ramon Quintero for Lorain, passing ahead, and the Titans with their first opportunity, and they're going to get called offsides as Isaac Chavez Costenza tried to get it ahead to Reggie Johnson, and Bedford was not back defensively, so that's offsides. 90 seconds into the match, no score, and it'll be Bedford with possession. Sending it forward for the Bearcats, it'll be Bekia Stradia. He is one of the two captains. Chavez Castenda, the midfielder for the Lorain Titans. Got it there, and throwing it in will be Ramon Quintero. He's a sophomore. Gets it ahead to Reggie Johnson. Johnson on the left side splits a couple of defenders. Johnson trying to run down and keep it in play, does so. Now he's going to put it towards the goalie, and a good job by the Bedford goaltender for keeping that out of net. Reggie Johnson, with some good footwork there, gave himself a scoring opportunity, but could not convert as the Bedford goaltender was there. So from midfield, putting it in play will be Ramon Zapata. He's a sophomore defender for Lorain. We're just underway, boys varsity soccer from George Daniel Field in Lorain. And bringing it ahead is Quintero. But he gets checked off the ball, and now for the Titans, sending it forward is Jacob Rivera, the sophomore. Bearcats nearing midfield with it. Cesar Molina Escarte, let's send it ahead. And for the Titans, some fancy footwork at midfield by Quintero. Gets it back to Rivera. He'll send it deep. And now Reggie Johnson, again, will be called offsides. So Bedford, Hayden Harvey, one of their captains, and he's just a freshman. Hayden Harvey, a captain of this team, the ninth grader, waiting for the referee to say go ahead and put it in play. He does so, and Hayden Harvey kicks it ahead, but the Lorain defense is right there as they battle for it at midfield. And coming out of there with it is Ivan Facundo Zawinga for Lorain. Ahead to Harvey for Bedford. Bearcats with possession, as again we're near midfield. Bearcats have not had a shot on goal yet. Lorain with one. Reggie Johnson with an opportunity, and he was denied. Remember Reggie from last year. He is an excellent soccer player for the Titans. And the Titans kick it out of bounds. It'll be Bedford to throw it in. Tossing it in is Stradiot. And he'll get it ahead to Alec Yakutra. Alec Yakutra for Bedford. And again, the Titans send it out of bounds. Sunset in about 15 minutes. So the lights are on here at George Daniel Field. Kuchera with his kick. That is Adrian Reyes, the goaltender. And Lorain puts it in play. At midfield, Lorain comes out of there with it. They get it ahead to Chavez Castenda. Isaac up the left side, trying to get it to Reggie Johnson. Johnson's checked. Costanza, it will go out of bounds, and Bearcats will get possession. We have played nearly 7 minutes, no score here in the first half. Boys varsity soccer on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television. Bearcats keep it from going out of bounds. And the Titans come out of there with it, and it is Zwinga getting it to Reggie Johnson. Johnson now, Harvey runs through him. And boy, they don't call anything there and let the Bearcats come out of there with it, as Harvey basically ran through Johnson. They say play on. Battling for it for the Titans is Ramon Quintera. Quintera comes out of there with it. Gets it ahead to Reggie Johnson, to Costanza. And Harvey will kick it downfield for Bedford. Bearcats will head it ahead. And at midfield, that is Lipford, Amari Lipford for Bedford. He right foots it. And Lorain with a steal. Coming up the right side with it, that is Zainga. And the Titans will inbound. So Zaninga will toss it in. Reggie Johnson has it. Johnson trying to get it to a teammate. Can't do so. And we've got a whistle and a stoppage in play here. As it looks like one of the Bedford Bearcats is a little bit shaken up. While we've got a minute, why don't we tell you about the Jim Popeil Foundation annual fundraiser. That is Sunday, October 29th, 2023. It's the Browns in Seattle at the Shipyards. That'll be in Lorain. Doors open at 2:30. Lunch from 3 to 4. Kickoff at 4:05. Food, raffles, and soda, $25 a person. Free if you don't want to watch the Browns. No, that's a joke. Sponsored by Lorain High School Sports Booster Club. Tickets for the event are on sale at the Lorain High Athletic Department. And in 2023, the foundation has awarded $9,000 in scholarships to Lorain High student athletes. That is outstanding. So again, if you have a chance, go in and do that for the foundation so they can give more scholarship money to deserving Lorain High School athletes. You can watch whatever you want on the TV. At midfield, it is Stradiot for Bedford. Getting ahead. Now they come up the left side with a scoring chance. And the shot, and it's going to be a score. There's a goal for the Bearcats. Boy, nicely done. And for the Bearcats, coming up with that goal, it is going to be Mikey. It is Mikey Goose Mikey Goose gets the junior, gets him on the scoreboard, and that comes at the 9:30 mark of the first half, and Bedford takes a 1-0 lead. So the Bearcats get the first goal, and let's see if Lorain can come from behind. Boy, that was well done, as the junior Mikey Goose, I guess, Gosse, and they take a 1-0 lead. So the Titans down 1-0, and coming up with a soccer ball in possession is Abdul Ramada, and we're going to get a whistle, and that goes against, I believe it'll be Bedford to put the ball in play. So the Bearcats with a 1-0 lead, just a little more than 10 minutes into the match. 2 40-minute halves, just like in the girls' varsity match for boys' varsity soccer. Really, the only time they stop the clock is if you have a goal or if somebody gets injured, but thankfully we haven't seen that yet. Not sure what this stoppage is for, as the referees kind of check the Lorain defenders, and I think we're ready to get underway. We are. So the kick is going to be blocked by the defense of Lorain. They do a good job that time, and trying to come out of there with it, as Bedford already ahead 1-0. And now coming up the left side is Chavez Costenda, or I should say Chavez Costienda for Lorain. They play it ahead, and he'll get it from Johnson. Reggie Johnson gets to him to try to do a give and go, and Johnson wasn't able to get there. Now he will run it down and put a shot on goal, and it is just wide off the goaltender. A nice save there, as a left-footed kick from Reggie Johnson, and the team captain, the center midfielder, had a scoring opportunity there. And now we'll get a corner kick from the Titans. So we'll see if Lorain can tie it up here with this corner kick. They put it in play, but the Bearcats are there defensively to deny it. Now we get a whistle and a stoppage, as it looks like the foul was committed by the Bearcats, so Lorain will get possession here. Titans down 1-0. 13 minutes into the first half. They've tried to put it on net. Kick from the right side is going to go wide right, and it will be out of bounds to Lorain. Went off one of the Bedford defenders, and we'll get another corner kick. So the Titans putting on some pressure here as we continue on in the first half. And from the left side, Costenda tried to put it on net, and that one's denied. And Lorain again will have possession. Get enough chances, one of them's got to go through, right, Joe? I mean, stay down here long enough. If first you don't succeed, right, just keep plugging away at it. So corner kick from the left side. They'll center it, and the header by Johnson is out of bounds to Bedford. They'll get it to their goalkeeper, and he is going to get it to his co-captain, Hayden Harvey. And Hayden Harvey will send it down the left side. Collision, no call. And Titans come out of there with it. Reggie Johnson has it. Johnson up the right side. He gets knocked off the ball, and it goes out of bounds off the Titans. Well, that was a good job there by Bedford defensively on Reggie Johnson, as they did a good job of keeping that away from him. Bearcats up 1-0. They scored at the 9.5-minute mark. Mikey Goose with the first goal for Bedford to take a 1-0 lead. And now we're 15 minutes into the match, and coming in will be Brian Sanchez. He's a senior midfielder for Lorain. Brian Sanchez comes in. And coming out is Ishmael Orona. He is a junior defender. He'll come out of the lineup. Trying to get it ahead to Reggie Johnson, and Bedford knows of him because he is well defended. It seems like he's got 2 and 3 defenders around him at all times. Titans look to put it in play. Down 1-0. They'll toss it in, and they try to get it ahead to Quintero. And now they get it to Reggie Johnson. His shot on goal, and that's going to be good. And we are tied at 1. Reggie Johnson with his first goal of the match, and 15.5 minutes into the first half, we are tied at 1. So a nice job by Reggie Johnson. And his right foot ties this match at 1 apiece. And we'll get a look at the replay here. See the good pass. He splits the defense and put it through. So we are tied at 1. Back to live action. Johnson from midfield. He is going to send it ahead. Tried to get it to Fasunda Zaninga. And Zaninga get it to Reggie Johnson. Gets knocked down. No call. Bedford with it. Bearcats with possession. Molina Escarte. Cesar Molina Escarte had it knocked away. Taken out of there by Yariel De Jesus. Ahead to Reggie Johnson. Johnson up the left side. And he has a poke checked away and out of bounds. It will be the Titans to inbound. Tied at 1 with 23 minutes to go in the first half. Reggie Johnson set to throw it in. You see him there, number 12. 5'7", 130-pound senior. Johnson will toss it in, trying to get it to a teammate, and Castenda puts it up and off the crossbar. Almost untying this game was Chavez Castenda, and it just hit the crossbar and was denied. Boy, that's about as close as you can get. And the Bearcats tied at 1 now will come up the left side. Bedford now gets it to midfield, and playing it ahead was Lipford. Lipford gets poke checked off the ball, then he comes back to get it. He's in a pretty good battle with Jacob Rivera. Rivera ahead to Reggie Johnson. Johnson outruns the defense. Johnson one-on-one. Johnson will put it through, and Lorain leads for the first time 2-1. Reggie Johnson with that excellent speed, as you'll see him here coming up the left side. And at the 18-15 mark of the first half, Lorain gets their first lead on the second goal by Reggie Johnson, and it's 2-1. Get a look at the senior right there. Wait, when he turned on the afterburners there, look at him here coming up the left side. And one-on-one, a goaltender knows he's in trouble, and Johnson puts it through pretty easily. So Lorain leads 2-1 thanks to Reggie Johnson. Back to live action as Johnson scores 2 goals approximately 2 minutes and 45 seconds apart. So it's 2-1 Lorain. And we're back underway. Bearcats down for the first time tonight. They get it ahead to Cesar Molina Escarte. And he has it knocked away. Coming out of there is Romero Cepeda for Lorain. And it'll be Bedford to throw it in. Rob Polinsky alongside Joe Bach, Terry Trout. We're at George Daniel Field in Lorain. And the Titans and the Bedford Bearcats battle in boys varsity soccer here tonight. From midfield, good kick by Quintero, gets it down into Bedford territory. And it'll be Lorain to put it in. So we await for the ball to be put in play. Lorain trailed 1-0, but two Reggie Johnson goals just under 3 minutes apart have given Lorain a 2-1 lead. Reggie Johnson battling for control along with Stradiot of Bedford, and that gets knocked out of bounds. It'll be Bedford possession. As the Bearcats retrieve the ball, when we put this in play, we'll be halfway through half number one. And it's been good so far with Bedford and Lorain. Much more competitive than the girls' game we saw earlier between these two squads, in which Lorain defeated Bedford 5-0, but Lorain scored the first 4 goals in the first half and never denied, and then a goal late made it 5-0, and then 2 more in the final 2 minutes made that final 7-0 Lorain. So this boys match so far, much more competitive. And they battle for it. And let's see, it'll be Lorain's possession here. Reggie Johnson set to put it in play. And he's looking for a teammate. He'll fire it in. It's headed there by Harvey for Bedford, one of the captains. But comes back to Johnson. He's going to send it towards the net, but it is wide left. So Johnson misses wide left, and it will be Bedford possession. And again, Hayden Harvey. Get a good look at Hayden there. He'll send it downfield to one of his teammates as the Bearcats trail 2-1. And is played back at midfield by Lorain. They get it ahead to Ramon Quintero. Quintero left side to Reggie Johnson. Johnson back to Quintero. Quintero's shot is going to be blocked. And the block that time for the Bearcats. And Hayden Harvey will get it ahead. Coming up the right side and kicking that out of bounds for the Titans. Good job defensively. Jacob Rivera hustling back because Cesar Molino Escarte was there trying to get downfield for the Bearcats, but Rivera checked him and kicked it out of bounds. Bakia Stradiot to put it in play for Bedford. Stradiot looking over the defense. Fires to the middle of the field, and Reggie Johnson's going to head it back to his goaltender. And coming out to play that is Adrian Reyes. Reyes, it went out of bounds, so Bedford will have it. Bearcats throw it in as they look for the equalizer here. Good sliding kick for the Titans defense. And Reggie Johnson comes out of there with it. Reggie gets it ahead to Cesar Costenza. Now a nice lead pass for Reggie Johnson. Johnson ahead of everybody. Johnson with a kick, and he has the hat trick in the first half. Reggie Johnson off the nice assist from Isaac Chavez Costenza, and it makes it 3-1. So Johnson with a hat trick, 3 in a row, and the Titans take a 3-1 lead. His 3 goals are 7 minutes and 20 seconds apart. As you see a replay here, they see that nice feed there from Isaac Cesar Costenza. He got it ahead to Reggie Johnson, who put it past the Bedford goalie to make it 3-1. As twilight has hit us here at George Daniel Field in Lorain, sunset on this Tuesday evening in late September. And Johnson steals it. Johnson has dominated this first half for Lorain. Boy, the speed and his quickness and athleticism with his footwork on display right there. And now we get a whistle, and I think the Titans will get possession here near midfield. But the footwork, coordination of Reggie Johnson, I remember him last year. He's fun to watch. So from midfield, it'll be Jacob Rivera to put it in play. And a sliding kick defensively for Bedford denies them getting the ball to Johnson. Escarte will kick it ahead, and Rivera runs it down for Lorain. And now the Bearcats putting some pressure on. And it looks like they're going to get a shot on goal here, and it's going to be good for the Bedford Bearcats. That is Baccia Stradiat. Stradiat, the senior, makes it 3-2. Here you get a good look at that young man. So Baccia Stradiat, the senior, with the goal, and that cuts this to a 1-goal game. Here's the replay. You see him get ahead of the defense and just got it through, as there were a couple of Lorain defenders that were right there, but unable to come up with it. And we're back to live action. Well, actually, we're getting a young man who's shaken up, Jacob Rivera. They're going to help him off, and while they do, why don't we let you know about we can let you know about the check out Facebook for our drive to get to 10,000 followers. Follow and like TV20, Lorain City Schools TV20, home of the best high school sports coverage in Northeast Ohio. Media of most school district events, and award-winning Titan News. Get us to 10,000 followers. Right now we're at 9,400. That's Lorain Schools TV 20. $9,500. There you go, Joe. Update. Joe, are you the guy that updates the billions and billions served at McDonald's too? No, you don't do that? Okay. So get us to 10,000 followers. We're getting closer and closer. Jacob Rivera getting looked at by the training staff of Lorain. Hopefully he'll be all right. As we are just about set to get back underway. Titans leading at 3-2 with a little over 15 minutes remaining in this first half. Been a very entertaining first half of boys varsity soccer. These two teams are pretty evenly matched. Reggie Johnson just kicked the soccer ball, I think, further than anyone I've ever seen. Sends it downfield for Lorain. And Quintero has it, and he gets kicked away by Harvey. And now we're going to get a call and a foul on that. And Harvey, good sportsmanship as he comes over to make sure that Quintero is all right, and he is. See the replay here. There's Quintero. Harvey goes for the slide, and evidently he also got a lot of Quintero when he got some of the ball. Back to live action. Referee coming in and letting the Bedford defenders know where they can stand here. And it looks like Angel Hernandez, the sophomore. Nope, this is going to be Reggie Johnson to kick it. Reggie kicks it, and that is going to go off the goalpost of the goalpost for the football. And I don't know if that went in, Joe, or if that was wide right, but he definitely hit the goalpost here. Is he? I can see why. So the Lorain Titans, Reggie Johnson playing soccer and football, Joe Bach informs me. I haven't had a chance to see the Titans yet. Hope to before the end of the year. Bearcats play it ahead, and that one will go out of bounds. And that was off of Mikey Goose, who scored their first goal of this match. That was back at the 9:30 mark of the first half. And that made it 1-0 Bedford. And then a trifecta of goals from Reggie Johnson gave Lorain a 3-1 lead. And then Baccia Stradiot cut that to a 1-goal with the Lorain lead for a goal for Bedford. So it is currently 3-2 Lorain as we approach 13 minutes remaining in half number 1. 2 40-minute halves for boys varsity soccer as they'll toss it in. Harvey in the back row of defense for Bedford. Kicks it out of bounds, and Lorain will play it again. As you see for the Lorain Titans, that is Romero Zapata, sophomore defender. He's going to put it in play. Zapata tosses it in, and it gets headed back. And Zapata there, along with teammate Brian Sanchez, goes out of bounds, and Titans will retrieve it and again put it in play. After the game, we'll give you the highlights, all the goals from tonight's match. Terry Trout putting all that together. So we'll look forward to replaying you the highlights from the goals from tonight. That'll be in our post game immediately following tonight's match. We've got a long way to go as we still aren't at halftime, so that'll be after the match. Kick is sent down, and the Bedford goaltender comes out to make a play on it. So the Bearcats will send it downfield. And Hayden Harvey plays it ahead. Got it to Escarte. Escarte up the left side. Now Bedford with an opportunity here, 1-on-2. And a good job by the Lorain defense coming out of there with it. Reggie Johnson is going to play that ahead. And Cesar Costenza kicks it deep into Bedford territory. Harvey is there for Bedford. Harvey, he'll get that ahead to Deontay Martin, and it will go out of bounds. And it will be Bedford to put this in play. Harvey. At midfield. Reggie Johnson, he is going to boot that thing just to the left of the goal. Ten and a half minutes remaining in the first half. Titans lead 3-2. Hayden Harvey is going to send this one in, and Hayden Harvey puts it in play. And we're back underway. Titans at midfield battling for it as Zapata to Reggie Johnson. Reggie Johnson sky high. I emphasize sky as this is now being played in the Bedford end. And Quintero gets it on the right side. And with it for the Titans is Brian Sanchez. And it will go out of bounds, and it'll be Bedford's possession. Reggie Johnson sends it skyward and out of bounds. I wonder how far Reggie can kick a football like a field goal, Joe. You think he can go 40 yards? Yeah, I bet he could, too. Okay. Reggie Johnson and the football team off to a 4-1 start. Coach Damian Creel. Real nice start to this one. And now they're going to get it to center of the field. Cesar Costenza wasn't able to put a play on it. And coming out of there, Titans have it. We get it ahead to Quintero. Now back to Zepeda on the right side. Angel Hernandez. To Yariel De Jesus. And for Bedford, Cesar Moreno Escarte. Escarte lost it to the Titans, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Lorain's possession as we are approaching the 8-minute mark of this first half. Lorain out in front 3-2 on the strength of 3 Reggie Johnson goals. And they came at the 15:30 mark, 18:15, and 22:50 of the first half to make it 3-1. And those were in between 2 goals for Bedford. 9.5 minutes to go in the first half. Mikey Goose with the first goal made it 1-0, and then the 24:35 mark of the first half, it was Baccia Estradiat to cut it to 3-2. But in between those 2 Bedford goals, Reggie Johnson put on a show with 3 goals, and that's why Lorain leads 3-2 with 7.5 minutes remaining in the half. And the kick, that one is well over the net and too far and out of play, as Quintero got a little too much underneath that one. Ramon Quintero, the sophomore striker, 5'6", 640-pounder. Got a little too much oomph on that one, and it was over the net. Battle for possession, and it goes to Stradiot, who scored the last goal for Bedford. But now he'll lose control of it to Brian Sanchez. Sanchez up the left side and out of bounds. And it'll be Lorain to inbound. They put it in play. Bearcats come out of there with it. And let's see, we get a whistle. And I believe Bedford will get possession here. I'm not sure what that was, Joe, but I believe that call goes against the Titans, as we are down to 6 minutes to go in the first half. Players will get a 10-minute break at halftime, and then we will be back with the second half, which again is 40 minutes long. Deontay Martin is there ready to put it in play for Bedford. They trail 3-2 as you see it there on your television screen. Played ahead, but Lorain comes out of there with it. And it's Angel Hernandez up the right side. Bearcats have it. And with it for the Bearcats is Ramondo, Abdul Ramondo. And that goes out of bounds. It should be Lorain possession. Under 5 minutes remaining in half number 1. Titans clinging to a 3-2 lead. As they'll send it in play. Harvey back on defense for the Bearcats. And he had it stolen away. 2-on-1 for the Titans. The shot on goal, and it is saved beautifully by the Bedford defender. Well, that was nicely done. Lorain got that steal and had a 2-on-1, and Bedford goaltender came up with his best save of the night. Brian Sanchez has it for the Titans and gets knocked off the ball. Coming back, Bearcats again in possession. Bedford's got the white jerseys, white shorts, green numerals. Lorain's got those multicolored jerseys there, the gray jerseys with blue shorts and the white numerals. And it's out of bounds to Lorain. Trying to slide to keep it in was Deontay Martin, sophomore from Bedford, unable to do so. And Reggie Johnson set to put this in play for his Lorain Titans. The senior tosses it in, and again it gets kicked out of bounds. Johnson can't get it to his teammate. Harvey intercepts it, but his kick goes right back to Johnson. He sends it forward. Bearcats come out of there with it, but Johnson and the Titans are there defensively. That knee goes in the wrong direction if you're a Bearcat fan, all the way back into Bedford territory. And Quintero battling with it along with Facundo Zaninga for Lorain. At midfield, under 3 minutes to go. Titans up 3-2, first half, late stages. And coming away with it is Yariel De Jesus. De Jesus, with his pass, it gets intercepted. So De Jesus lost it to Deontay Martin, and it's kicked out of bounds with 2.5 minutes to go. Bedford with substitution. Benjamin comes out. Coming back in is Amari Lipford. Harvey sends it ahead. Titans are there defensively. Brian Sanchez. Sanchez working around the Bedford defender. Sanchez pass ahead. Chavez Costenza gets it to Brian Sanchez. Back to Angel Hernandez. And Quintero is there for Lorain. And with the shot and wide right, missing that wide right was Ivan Facundo Zaninga. Zaninga almost got a goal, but it was just right of the post. 90 seconds to go, first half. Haven't had any scoring for the last 15 minutes of this half, but Lorain leads by a score of 3-2. Bearcats trying to get it up towards midfield. They do so. As Cesar Molina Escarte. They'll throw it in. Bearcats playing it ahead. Trying to get a scoring opportunity before halftime. But the Titans were able to kick it back to midfield. And we're going to get a foul here on Isaac Chavez Castaneda. And the young man, Deontay Martin, shaken up. He's going to come out. There's 14 seconds to go in the half. They're going to have to get Martin out. You see it here. Is that Chavez checking Martin. And, yeah, he takes a pretty good fall there. So back to live action. 14 seconds remaining in the half as Hayden Harvey will put it in play. Harvey sends it. And there's a header there for Angel Hernandez. And that is going to wrap up the first half as they play it ahead, and we are at halftime. So A very good first half of action here from George Daniel Field. Boys varsity soccer, your score at halftime, it is Lorain 3, Bedford 2. We'll be back with the second half from George Daniel Field. Boys varsity soccer, it's on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television.
Hey students, this is the Cleveland Browns linebacker Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Make sure you start off school this year on the right foot by showing up every day on time and ready to learn. Let's stay committed, let's stay focused, and let's stay in the game.
Inspiring city and campus. Inspiring people. Inspiring creativity. Inspiring hands-on learning. Inspiring global experiences. Inspiring traditions. Be a Buckeye. Inspire.
Hey students, this is Cleveland Browns tight end Harrison Bryant. Forming good habits helps you now and in the future. Get to school every day and on time and ready to learn. Let's stay committed, stay focused, and stay in the game.
We make Marines who overpower the desire to quit with the perseverance to prevail. Not for glory, but for honor. For a code that isn't written or spoken, but lived. It's what we do. It's who we are. It's the battle cry of our fighting spirit. Battles won. See all the battles Marines fight to win at marines.com.
Did you know there's something that makes the magic of learning even more powerful? It's called an endowment. And the Lorain City Schools Endowment Fund is a secret sauce for taking education to the next level. And when you give to our endowment fund, the possibilities are endless for our educators and students.
Henry's classroom library is a very interesting library. She has like books of all sorts, scary books, fiction, realistic fiction, biography, really anything somebody could want to read.
I try to get as many books as possible into the hands of my students. So I have an expansive classroom library, so I can do that. So I have a large variety of genres for them to choose from, so that they have that flexibility to read what they like.
Donate now at peoplewhocare.org.
Hey students, this is Cleveland Browns offensive lineman Wyatt Teller. September is Attendance Awareness Month. Did you know that missing school can significantly decrease your chances of graduating high school? Stay in the game by showing up to school on time and ready to learn. The Browns are always behind you.
Ohio State is saving lives every day.
This is Ohio State.
We're the economic engine of the state. A major employer.
Over 60,000 students. We're on the forefront of cancer research. An educational core of Ohio.
Impacting tens of thousands daily.
Our alumni organization is nearly 500,000 worldwide.
This is Ohio State.
This is Ohio State.
Ohio State.
This is the Ohio State University.
Every year, the Salvation Army serves nearly 30 million people in need. That's one person every second. So by the time you've finished watching this, 30 more lives will have been changed for good. All thanks to your donations.
Thank you.
What kind of Titans are we? This is a question we have to ask ourselves every day as we walk these halls. In Lorain City Schools, we are passionate about kindness. We believe one simple act of kindness can start the movement that changes the world around us. As a school, our positive behavioral intervention and support approach, or for short, PBIS, model is rooted in kindness. Our goal as a school is to increase our students and staff's kindness to self, kindness to others, and kindness to our environments. When we increase kindness in our school, we will decrease the behaviors that interfere with the positive environments we want in every school in our district. Let's see what that looks like in our buildings. The expectation of kindness in our schools starts the moment you begin your day. Upon entering classrooms, it is important that we remember to be on time, be prepared and have technology and supplies ready, be engaged and maintain a clean classroom. Our Titan expectation to be kind to self, kind of others, and kind to our environment extends to the hallways, in our restrooms, in the main office, in the cafeteria, and on school transportation. Our staff will be here to model, teach, and reward positive behaviors with the goal of creating a school culture of kindness. That's because the common expectations are designed to be the standard in every classroom and every school in Lorain City Schools. Titans, we know you can do this. Let's show the world what kind of Titans we are.
And welcome back as we get set to begin half number 2. The Lorain Titans out in front, 3-2. Rob Polinsky alongside Joe Bach, Gary Trout from TV 20. And putting it in play is Ivan Facundo Zaninga, and we are underway for half number 2. Reggie Johnson and his 3 goals have given the Lorain Titans the lead to this point as they are up 3-2. Shot is taken by the Bedford goaltender, and the Bearcats will get their first possession of half number 2. They kick it ahead to Mikey Goose, who scored the first goal. And as we approach the midfield, it is stolen away by the Titans. Jacob Rivera, who was hurt at half, he's still on the bench, and I saw the trainer with him, so I would assume Rivera will not be back for Lorain. For Bedford, playing this ahead is Logan Matthews. Matthews coming up the left side. Matthews still with it. Matthews trying to split the defense, but a nice job and a good sliding tackle there by the Titans. And this will be Lorain possession. As half number 2 is just underway. And we have Yariel De Jesus and Ramiro Zapata for Lorain. And it will be tossed in by Zapata. And he gets it ahead to Zaninga. And it's sent back. Angel Hernandez battling for it for Lorain, unable to come up with it. And goes back to the back row of defense, and that's where Reggie Johnson is. But we get a whistle, a stoppage in play. And I believe this will be Bedford's possession here. Bearcats send it ahead. Take it away. And now right back to the Bearcats. And for Lorain, a nice poke check there by Brian Sanchez. Titans play it ahead to midfield. That kick went off of a Bearcat, so it'll be Lorain's possession as they've got the ball to midfield now. Out in front 3-2. And coming up the left side is the offense of Lorain. And that one got knocked away as they were approaching what looked to be a shot attempt. Defensively right there is Quintero. And they get it ahead. Reggie Johnson from the back line of defense. Going to send that out of bounds, and Bedford will get possession. And for the Bearcats, it'll be Keith Crump. Puts it in. Keith Crump. Good job there defensively as Chavez Costenda was able to get that away, but now Bedford has possession. And for the Bearcats, it's Goose going up the left side. He's double teamed and still has possession. Boy, nice job by him getting away from the defenders, going towards the net. He has lost control of it there. Now it's in front of the net. Here's a chance for the Bearcats. And the shot on goal is going to be blocked by the defense of Lorain. Well, the Bearcats had an opportunity there to tie it. And it looked like Abdul Ramada just kind of whiffed as he went to kick it. Harvey sends it. It's headed back by the Titans. And coming up the left side, they get a shot that's blocked. Johnson back there defensively. And this will go out of bounds. It'll stay with Bedford. Bearcats, Keith Crump set to put it in play, tosses it in, but Lorain is there defensively. And it's out of bounds. This should be the Titans with it. It is. Gonna throw it in. Cesar Costenza will pass ahead, run down, and he has it deep in the territory of Bedford, trying to get away from the defense. And it's out of bounds. It'll be Bedford's possession. But a good job about that was Bedford had a couple of chances and was deep in Lorain territory. And with that throw in and play ahead by Chavez Costenza, they were able to get it deeper into territory there and out of their own end. We are 5 minutes into the second half. The Titans up 3-2. We've had no scoring in the last 20 minutes. Johnson, who had 3 first-half goals, sends it ahead for the Titans as they try to get it ahead to Quintero. Quintero up the right side. Chavez Costenza with it as he looks for a teammate. Trying to get around the defensive Bedford, can't do so. And it's out of bounds, and it'll be Bedford's possession. Actually, maybe it's going to be Lorain possession here. I think it is, as putting it in play will be Ramiro Zepeda, 5'7", 155 pounds, sophomore defender. Zepeda's going to toss that in. And with it is Zaninga, and he's double teamed. His shot is taken by the goaltender of Bedford. So we remain at 3-2. And Bedford loses possession there, and Lorain now with an opportunity. See what the Titans can do with it. That was an unforced error. Angel Hernandez, his pass ahead, stolen away. They battle for it near midfield, and the Bearcats are going to come out of there with it. It is Escarte who kicks it ahead, but out of bounds, so this should be Lorain's possession at midfield. They toss it in. Battle at midfield. And that's going to be sent out of bounds. I believe it'll be Bedford's possession here. As the Lorain coaching staff shouting instructions. Philip Kelly, the assistant coach. Rafat Abul Salih, the head coach for the Titans. Bedford to play it in once again. And it's Keith Crump. Crump looks, tosses it in, gets it back. Crump will send it ahead to midfield, and it's out of bounds. It'll be Bedford again. Stradiot looking for room. Stradiot is going to get a shot, but it's partially blocked. And now the kick goes wide right as an opportunity there by Cesar Molina Escarte. And he hit it wide right, and it is no good. And Lorain will have possession after that went wide of the net. Reggie Johnson from deep in his own territory sends it ahead. Titans have it. And Zepeda with it. Gets it to Quintero. Quintero double teamed and gets knocked off the ball. It's out of bounds. It'll stay with Lorain. 9 minutes into the second half. Titans have a 3-2 lead. Titans to play it ahead. Do so. And here's an opportunity. The shot, and it's good. Goal for the Titans. We'll see the replay here as the Titans score. And that is Isaac Chavez Castendia. And Castienda there, Chavez Castienda with the goal. And 9.5 minutes into the third second half. Lorain leads it now 4-2. See the replay here. Did a real good job of getting that under control and putting it in. So that's a big goal for Lorain here in the second half because that doubles their lead to 4-2. So the Bearcats now down 4-2. They trailed by 2 goals in the first half, 3-1. Now they trail 4-2. And the Titans played ahead, but we get a whistle and a stoppage. As I believe this is offsides on Lorain. It'll be Bedford's possession. Bearcats down 4-2. And getting ready to put it in play is Hayden Harvey. Harvey sends it ahead. And that'll go out of bounds. Battle for the ball as they almost go out of bounds. And now it's kicked away. It'll be Bedford's possession with Logan Matthews for Bedford against Ramiro Zapata for Lorain. And kicking it ahead is Ramada. Reggie Johnson had the first 3 goals for Lorain, all in the first half, before Chavez Castienda got on the scoreboard for Lorain in the second half to make it 4-2. Play goes out of bounds. It'll be Lorain with the throwing it in. Titans throw it in. Harvey there on the back line of defense for Bedford. Kicks it ahead for his teammate. Now coming up the left side are the Bearcats, but Reggie Johnson is there, and he is going to boot that well. That is going to go out of bounds. It'll be Bedford's possession. We've played 13 minutes of half number 2, 27 minutes remaining on the clock in this match, and Lorain has doubled up Bedford 4-2. Just 1 goal in the second half, Chavez Castienda for Lorain, with the goal 9.5 minutes into the second half to make it 4-2 Titans after a 3-2 first half. Don't forget, in the post game, we'll bring you all the highlights that Terry Trout has done tonight of the goals. Harvey from the back row for the Titans, or for the Bearcats, I should say, gets it ahead to his teammate, Mikey Goose. Goose comes up, he'll kick it ahead. He scored the first goal of the match. And Johnson runs that down deep in his own end. Johnson splits the defense of Bedford. Johnson, kick ahead to Harvey, and Harvey's going to boot it right back. Angel Hernandez trying to run it down along with Brian Sanchez for Lorain, and it's going to go out of bounds off of the Bearcats. So Lorain will have possession here. Titans up 4-2. Boys varsity soccer from George Daniel Field in Lorain. Rob Polinsky, Joe Bach, Terry Trout for this Lake Erie League boys varsity match between your Lorain Titans and the Bedford Bearcats. Earlier tonight, we had the girls varsity match with these two same schools, and this one's much more competitive. In that girls varsity match, it was all Lorain. They won it 7-0 in that match. If you missed it, it was Bailey Gomez with 3 goals, and Adriana Fortney had 4 goals for the Lorain Titans. Reggie Johnson set to toss it in for the Titans. Titans in their gray jerseys. They've got the blue shorts and the white numerals. Bedford and their road whites. White jerseys, white shorts, and they are trimmed in green. Now they get it ahead to Chavez Castienda. Castienda with a nice pass ahead. And with the ball is Quintero. Quintero up the left side looking for room to negotiate here through the defense. And he gets cut off. And it comes out here. And it is Yariel De Jesus for Lorain, who had possession momentarily, but now the Bearcats come out of there with it. Reggie Johnson comes up for a sliding tackle, and one of the Bearcats is hurt on the play. Hopefully he'll be all right. Is Johnson with that sliding tackle, and one of the Bearcats is down here on the turf at George Daniel Field, and that gives us a moment here with 24 minutes to go in the half while they attend to that young man who was hurt. And we tell you about one of our sponsors, and we would like to thank the Northeast Ohio Buick GMC dealers and Joyce Buick GMC for supporting our school this year. Whether you're looking for a new GMC truck or used Buick SUV, drop in at Joyce Buick GMC and check out their inventory for a wide range of new and pre-owned vehicles. Go Titans. The training staffs from both teams are out on the field, and while they attend to him, that would seem to be a good time to, yeah, well, I get it. There's a reason I understand. You know her last name? Okay, thank you. I didn't know. That's why I didn't read it. Your Lorain School's athletic trainer, Tracy Menges, who works closely with the Cleveland Clinic Sports Medicine. She's out there now with the Cleveland Clinic Sports Medicine specialist to provide your student athlete the best treatment and prevention of sports injuries. Visit clevelandclinicorg/sports medicine to learn more. Cleveland Clinic Sports Medicine, caring for pro athletes, active individuals, your student athlete, and you. Tracy Menges is the Lorain School's athletic trainer. Thanks, Joe. The reason I skipped over that is I wasn't sure how to say her last name.
The reason I pointed is she's out there now.
I get that. Tricks of the trade on the fly, Joe. Gary Pelter does that to me on the radio all the time. I say, Pelt, he'll say, how long was that pass, Rob? I'll say, Joe, or Gary, if I didn't say it, it's because I didn't see it. I don't, and you're the one doing stats. What are you asking me for? So after about the 5th time that Pelt says that to me, I have to remind him on the air that if I didn't say it, I didn't see it.
Gary watches our channel a lot.
Yeah, I know he does. That's why I'm saying this, because I'm hoping maybe he'll pick up on it. I know Pelt's one of the big-time viewers of WLCS TV 20. He does a great job for you. And that young man being helped off is Logan Matthews. He's a freshman. Joe, hopefully he'll be all right. So Logan Matthews, here's the replay. As Matthews is battling for it, here comes Reggie Johnson, slides, and I think Matthews just got tangled up in the turf there, Joe. I don't think he was hit by Reggie Johnson. I just think he kind of got caught up in that turf. Terry Trout, Joe Bach with the camera work. We'll take a look at it again. But there he is, and Reggie Johnson came up, and you can see a tough tumble there. It was Logan Matthews. Yes, he is going to be taken off the field. There's 24 minutes and 23 seconds remaining in the match as Lorain leads at 4-2, as the Titans have 1 goal this half. It was 3-2 Lorain at halftime. Get a look at our 2 fine referees. They did the girls match earlier, and it was Chavez Castienda as he came up with the goal and made it 4-2. So Titans holding on to a 4-2 lead, and hopefully we will see Logan Matthews come back, but for now he is on the Bedford bench. Bedford is coached by Charles Harger, and their assistant coaches are Daniel Romero and Michael Gross. But right now Logan Matthews, a freshman, is over there on the Bedford sidelines. And putting it in play will be Mikey Goose for Bedford. Gets it ahead. Gets it back. And now it's going to be sent back to midfield as Keon Chambliss is into the game for the first time, the freshman. Chambliss. As Bedford will put a shot on goal, and that's going to be good. It makes it 4-3 as the Bedford Bearcats get back within one. As the Bearcats cut it to 1, and trying to see that number from over here, but maybe on the replay we'll catch it if we get that. But Bedford cuts it to 4-3, and that was at the 16-minute mark of the second half. So it's back to a one-goal game, and putting it in play, Mikey Goose get it ahead. And running it down for Bedford is Keith Crump along the right side. Bearcats play it ahead. And Goose with a chance to tie it. His shot, and it goes off the crossbar. Boy, they were that close to tying it. Lorain catches a break there as it stays 4-3 at 23 minutes to go. And all of a sudden, cutting it from 2-1, you can feel the momentum shifting in favor of the Bearcats. The Titans need to get possession back here and get some offense going. The corner kick. And they put it in. Play the header, and that will go over the net. And it'll be Keith Crump who put that over the crossbar, and it'll be Lorain's possession here. So let's see if the Titans can get back on the attack here, as they have kind of been on their heels for the last 5 minutes or so. As Reggie Johnson is going to send it forward. As kicking that out of bounds is Angel Hernandez, and Bedford will have it deep in Titan territory. 4-3. Titans with a narrow one-goal lead, as that's out of bounds. Once again, Bedford will put it in play. Bearcats get it ahead. Quintero battling for it for the Titans. Chambliss for Bedford on the left side. And Reggie Johnson's going to come out of there with it for the Titans. Johnson with a nice move. And now it's going to go out of bounds to who? It'll be Bedford. So Bedford tosses it in. And it is sent out of bounds. This will be Lorain now with possession as that one goes into the stands. Titans toss it in. They did get it into Chavez Castaneda. Castaneda with Harvey back there defensively. Harvey and Castaneda battling for it. Still that goes on. And Harvey just kicked it out of bounds, so I believe that'll be Lorain's possession. Although Harvey's saying he kicked it off of a Titan, but Bedford to put it in play halfway through the second half. 20 minutes in, 20 minutes to go. Titans lead 4-3. Titans controlled, I would say, the first 10 minutes or so of this half, and Bedford has had the better of it of late as they cut it back to a one-goal game, and that was the score at half, a one-goal game for Lorain, 3-2. Now the Titans lead 4-3. Ball gets tossed in, and again it's kicked out of bounds by the Titans, so Bedford will try once again. And Reggie Johnson trying to save it, can't. It'll be out of bounds. And Titans to play it. Tossing it in. They're able to get it ahead to Ramon Quintero. And then that went out of bounds. So it'll be from midfield, the Bedford Bearcats, with Ramada putting it in. Taken away by Quintero. Here come the Titans. Quintero, his pass was off the back of Chambliss, a Bedford defender, and the Bearcats come out of there with it. And for the Bearcats, Keith Crump at midfield, and that goes out of bounds. Bedford inbounding, Harvey with it. Harvey kicks it out of bounds. So the Titans from midfield. Look to inbound, do so. Battling from going out of bounds. Quintero keeps it. Quintero getting away from a defender, and now he is going to be checked. And Harvey there, that back line of defense, doing a good job. So the Bearcats to put it in. Hayden Harvey, one of the captains for the Bearcats, kicks that ahead. And that is controlled by Yariel DeJesus of Lorain. Back ahead to Quintero of the Titans. Quintero's pass is intercepted by Chambliss. Chambliss gets it ahead, and coming away with it is Goose for Bedford. He gets checked off by Angel Hernandez, and we're going to have a call go against Hernandez, a foul. That'll give Bedford possession. And one of the Bearcats lost a knee pad out there. Official gives him his equipment back. And now we'll see Stradiot put it in play. Stradiot scored the second goal of the game for Bedford. That cut it to 3-2 at the time. Now it's 4-3. Stradiot with a deep kick that Reggie Johnson puts back in play for the Titans. And Chavez Castaneda with it. Castaneda with a kick cross field. And running that down is going to be Zaninga. Lucinda Zaninga has it, and he gets denied, and the Bearcats come with it the other way. Played ahead. Shot is blocked away by the Titan defense. Quintero kicks it towards the Bedford goal, and the goalie will come out to make the play. Just under 16 minutes left in this one. Lorain leads 4-3. It's boys varsity soccer from George Daniel Field in Lorain. Tell you what, we don't have a lot of fans here, Joe, but the crowd that's here, they're making noise. They're into this one. So the Titans up 4-3. As the tying goal, or the goal to get it within one, came about 10 minutes ago at the 16-minute mark of the second half. And it will be Bedford to throw it in here from midfield. Johnson from the back line kicks it as far as he can, and that'll be out of bounds. And it will be Bedford to throw it in. Time not becoming a factor yet. We're under 15 minutes left in the match as the Titans lead 4-3. But Chambliss to put it in. Chambliss is there at midfield. Ball comes to Stradiot. Stradiot had a goal in the first half, and he gets checked off the ball. Nice job there defensively for Lorain. That's Isaac Gomez. And now Bedford with a chance to tie, and a great job by the goaltender for Lorain of blocking that away. Adrian Reyes, the senior, and keeps it a one-goal game. Boy, Bedford had a chance there to tie this. Reyes was there, and now here comes a play up to Quintero. Quintero with his kick that Harvey is able to knock down. And Lorain plays it back ahead. Leading 4-3. Is this one you can feel the intensity kind of ratchet up here between these two squads who both have an excellent opportunity to pull this one out as we're down to 13 and a half minutes remaining. Titans lead 4-3. And over there, sliding over there on the sidelines, Reggie Johnson, he's all right. I'm sorry, that is number 11, not number 12. That's Brian Sanchez. Brian Sanchez shaking up there a little bit, but he's all right. And now from midfield, Bedford will put it in play. They get it ahead, and it's kicked out of there by the Titans, and that's Ramiro Zepeda. Chambliss for Bedford to Harvey. Up here on the left side, Logan Matthews, who's back in. That's good to see. Logan Matthews was the young man who was hurt about 10 minutes ago or so, and it's good to see Logan Matthews is back into this match for Bedford. We had a foul on the play, evidently, so from midfield, Reggie Johnson for Lorain. Johnson looks over the defense, sends it toward the Bedford end. There's a header there and kicked ahead by Brian Sanchez, and that will go wide of the net. Played by the Bedford goaltender. And he's going to let Harvey take it. It's Hayden Harvey. Harvey looking to see where he wants to send this. And he'll kick it about 30 yards downfield. As the Titans had it for a moment. Now they do again. And running that down is Chavez Castienda. And he'll send it towards the goal. Easily saved by Bedford. So the Bedford goaltender easily was able to come up with that. It puts it in play over the head of Brian Sanchez. Sanchez trying to run it down. The Bearcats, Deontay Martin is over there. Play at midfield. Eduardo Berra for Bedford. Number 18 is in there. Eduardo Berra, a sophomore. Throwing it in for the Titans is Ramiro Zepeda. He is a sophomore defender, 5'7", 155. Again, the Titans will throw it in, as now we're under 11 minutes to go. Zepeda is going to throw it towards the net. And they're running it down for the Titans and putting it towards the net, and it is saved. But a nice shot on goal by Angel Hernandez, 5'11", 180-pound sophomore. So Hernandez put it on net. Bedford was there for the save. So the score remains 4-3 Titans. Each team with just one goal in the second half. It was 3-2 at halftime. As we're starting to get towards crunch time, 10 minutes remaining in this one. We've played 70 minutes of soccer to a one-goal match. As the Titans, they only trailed once, and that was 1-0. And they lead 4-3. Johnson is there, and he is going to boot that out of bounds. So Reggie Johnson kicks it out of bounds, and now Bedford looking for the equalizer. And coming up the left side is going to be Logan Matthews. That gets sent, and it'll be Bedford to put it in. It'll be Chambliss. So Keon Chambliss, the freshman, wears number 22 on the back of his Bedford jersey, tosses it in, but good job by the Titans as they're able to steal that. Harvey trying to run it back down, does so. Harvey gets away from Chavez Castaneda, but he's going to kick it out of bounds. That'll be Lorain possession. Titans toss it in. Chambliss back there defensively. And now Lorain will throw it in. And tossing this in is going to be Ramiro Zepeda. Zepeda throws it towards the net. They header, and that's going to be wide right. Harvey was there with a block. Here comes the shot from the right side by Zaninga. That's no good. We've got a Titan shaken up, but coming up, getting up a little bit slowly is Ramon Quintero, the sophomore, but Quintero is okay. And we get a whistle stoppage here as Bedford will put it back in play. Under 8 minutes remaining. 4-3, Lorain. Logan Matthews was hurt earlier, back in there. Kicks it ahead. And Castaneda with the steal. Chavez Castaneda with the steal. They're going to try to get it back to him. Castaneda with a shot, and it's going to be wide left. He scored a goal earlier at the 9.5-minute mark. That was our last goal for Lorain to make it 4-2. There you get a look at him. And Bedford got one goal closer about 6.5 minutes later at the 16-minute mark. But that's been the last score of the game. It's 4-3 Lorain. Goose has scored the first goal with it, and then at midfield gets knocked off the ball. It's stolen away. Quintero for Lorain. Quintero, Ramon will get it ahead to Brian Sanchez. Sanchez trying to run it down, but it's kicked out of bounds by Bedford. And that means Lorain will inbound. Titan girls won earlier, 7-0 over Bedford. Bedford, you can feel the sense of urgency here for them. Down a goal with 6.5 minutes remaining as Reggie Johnson plays it ahead. And they battle at midfield for it, and Bedford has possession. Pass ahead as the Bearcats lose it. Johnson has it. Johnson with a nice move. Johnson ahead. Johnson gets it ahead to Ramon Quintero. Quintero coming up the right side. Quintero has Chambliss there defensively. He gets around him. Good speed by Quintero. He's going to put it to the middle of the net, or the middle of the field, I should say, and can't get it to go through. His pass to the center of the field was well done, but Bedford was able to come out of there with it. We have a whistle and a foul on the Titans, so it'll be Bedford possession. Now we're getting to crunch time here. We're down to 5.5 minutes remaining. Titans clinging on to a 1-goal lead at 4-3. And for Bedford, putting this in play is Baccia Stradiat. Stradiat sends it towards the net, and it is just wide. As Adrian Reyes there in net. Watch that go by him. And Lorain with it. We have less than 5 minutes remaining. Reggie Johnson is going to put it in play for the Titans. Here you see Reggie. He had a hat trick in the first half. He's got 3 of the 4 goals for Lorain. And in the postgame, we'll take a look at tonight's goals. From midfield, Bearcats throw it in. Titans are there defensively. Goose around the right side. Coming down the right side. He's going to center it. And on the left side, they're going to get it to the middle of the field. And putting that straight ahead was Logan Matthews, but didn't get a lot on it. So it'll be the Bearcats to throw it in here. And it'll be Logan Matthews to put it in play. At the 4-minute mark, Matthews will left-footed, and it is blocked by the defense of the Titans. From the middle of the field, Goose can't get off a shot. That one's partially blocked. Bearcats still with possession. As they try to apply the pressure, it's out of bounds. It'll be Bedford to inbound. Bearcats get it into Stradiat. And we get a whistle. And that'll be Lorain possession. So the Titans there. Bedford had a couple chances, but the Titans stiffened up defensively and made it hard for Bedford to try to get a shot through. And it's still 4-3. They sent it deep into the Bedford zone with just over 3 minutes to go. That kick is going to go out of bounds. And it will be Bedford's possession, but they have to go the length of the field, and we have under 3 minutes to play. Now, Joe told me that beforehand each team gets 1 timeout, and I don't believe either team has taken one. So you wonder if the Bearcats may, here at some point, try to set something up. Kick will go wide of the net, and that was Brian Sanchez for the Titans, trying to give the Titans a 2-goal lead, but for now it still remains a 1-goal lead. Harvey has it, under 2.5 minutes to play. Harvey, they've got to go the length of the field. Kicks it ahead, and one of the Titans just got kicked in the head, I believe, as Stradiat is trying to kick the ball unintentionally. I think he got a piece of Ivan Vasunda Zaninga instead, so it'll be at Lorain possession. Titans put it in play, and it will come back out. Under 2 minutes to go. 4-3 Lorain. Deontay Martin has it, but the Titans are able to get the steal. They battle for it. And that is Quintero with it for the Lorain. Quintero with a kick, and that is just wide right. And maybe just as importantly, the clock continues to wind down. We're down to 1:20. And this will be the Titans to play this. Guess that was blocked by one of the Bedford Bearcats. So Quintero with a corner kick at the 1 minute mark. His team up by 1. Quintero puts it towards the net, and it is going to be get knocked out of there. Bedford has it, but we are under a minute to go. Titans up 4-3. Bedford maybe with their last chance here, and Reggie Johnson sends it all the way back down into the Bedford zone. 35 seconds remaining, and we get a whistle, and now would this be the timeout? With 34 seconds to go, I believe it might be, Joe. Officials talking with both teams. Well, maybe not a timeout, just placing it here for Harvey and for the Bedford Bearcats to put it in play. Just 34 seconds remain. Lorain leads 4-3. We haven't had a goal in 24 minutes. And we're going to get a sub for the Titans. As coming in is Ishmael Arona. Saw him in the first half. He comes back in. So he'll be inserted in. And Harvey will send it to midfield. And the shot will go well right of the net. With 20 seconds to go, Lorain will inbound. They're not in any particular hurry. Or no, this will be a corner kick for Bedford. As they set it up, they get it towards the net. The kick is going to be a save right there. A save by Reyes. And Reyes saves the day right there. And that is going to do it. Boy, Bedford had that last chance. They had a corner kick. They put it right on the net, and Reyes, you see him excited there, jumping around as he had the save of the day, or else Bedford could have tied it at 4. And jubilation on the Lorain sideline as the Titans come away with a hard-fought 4-3 victory as the goaltender, senior number 21, Adrian Reyes, with the big play, and the Lorain Titans win it by a score of 4-3. I don't know if I've ever seen a match come that close to. We had literally could have had a tie in the last seconds as these two teams are going to meet at midfield and shake hands. So Lorain gets their hard-fought win 4-3 over the Bedford Bearcats. We want to go ahead and replay the highlights for you as we do. Okay, with 9.5 minutes to go in the first half, Bedford got on the scoreboard first right here. Mikey Goose gets past a couple of defenders and gets it by Reyes. It was 1-0 Bedford. 15.5 minutes to go in the first half. Reggie Johnson, the first of 3 goals, an impressive one right there, made it 1-1. Here comes Johnson ahead of everybody. Johnson one-on-one with the Bedford goalkeeper, and he kicks it on the short side to make it 2-1. That gave Lorain their first lead. 2 minutes and 45 seconds later, Johnson sprinting down the field once again. And here's the trifecta, 3 in a row for Reggie Johnson, made it 3-1. The Bearcats were not to be denied as they would stay in it. And Stradiot here at the end of the half made it 3-2 with that kick with 24:35 at the mark of the first half. Lorain got their 4th goal as that is Chavez Castienda. Made it 4-2. That would be the last goal for Lorain. That was at the 9.5 minute mark of the second half. And then the second goal of the day there, as that was Stradiot. Stradiot had the second goal to make it 4-3, and there was one of the saves by Reyes right there that kept it a 1-goal game. And here's the very end, I believe, the corner kick. You see how close it gets, and there's Reyes going up to make that save, or else literally in the final seconds we may have been tied right there, but an excellent chance there for Bedford. And they did a great job. Joe, do I need to stand for this, or I'm okay right here? Okay. Well, great to be here with you guys as we saw boys varsity soccer tonight. It was the Lorain Titans in exciting, thrilling fashion defeating Bedford by a score of 4-3. So we got a lot of people to thank. Want to thank Joe Bach and Terry Trout, everybody here with Lorain City Schools. And again, boys varsity soccer from George Daniel Field. Your final score tonight. It was your Lorain Titans 4 and the Bedford Bearcats 3. For Joe and Terry, this is Rob Polinsky reminding you you've been watching Boys Varsity Soccer on Lorain City Schools Television, TV 20.